A Stranger Thing created by the Duffer Brothers. A Stranger Thing Volume 2, they've added an amazing character. It's called Vecna, exactly. I think we have talked a bit about Vecna in the last part, in the previous part, and this part too, we're gonna share more about this Vecna. I just wanna ask you, have you ever imagined how this Vecna was designed or created? Or like character like Vecna in Hollywood movies, how do they perform, how they are designed, because it's something very difficult. All these are not created by computers. Some of them they are doing in their real life. This is what I think we can see. So according to Stranger Things YouTube channel, on that they have posted a video year ago, and they just shown everything that how it was like designed. So they told us that Vecna to performing before performance to do makeup for Vecna, it takes 8 to 9 hours to doing makeup for designing his fingers, like look, weirdness, I mean something like this, and 2 hours to take it off. This is what I think we have seen. So there is one actor, Jamie, he performed this like Vecna, this England actor. So he mentioned something like in the Tonight Show. You can see this clip.
Yeah, so it's about 8 hours in the process, and we start at like sort of 3 a.m. in the morning to be ready for about like 10, and then
you have to act.
And then I have to act, yeah.
And then how fast is it to take off?
It's about an hour and a half.
Yeah. I'd like.
So now we are going to talk more deeper about Vecna and number one and the Henry Krill. They have a 3 name, but he is actually one person exactly. So it's already really, revealed that who was Vecna in the Volume 2 Stranger Things. So let's talk these 3 names into detail. I would like to share with you all these things. Actually, Henry Krill is a Vecna. So he was a young boy when he learned he has something like psychokinetic skills, and he can change, or he could change other people's opinions. After shifting in a new house in Hackwen in 1959, Henry applied his ability to psychologically harm his family, and ultimately he murdered his mom and sister. It's all inspired by misanthropic and nihilistic mindset. Victor, Henry's father, was wrongly suspected of being the murderer and was subsequently put in prison, which only served himself to increase more craziness. Actually, it was not his blame, but his son did it, and of course they blamed him. He was only that. So later we can see Henry was sent to Hackwen National Laboratory because Dr. Brenner, he has seen that okay, he had used, because Dr. Brenner know it was just happened all, of course, by Henry, and Henry did it. So in Dr. Brenner's ability to be researched, and he was given number 1 and performed as a faculty's first child to test subject as an outcome of the incidents. Actually, these all incidents happened, and the outcome was to inside Dr. Brenner's like laboratory. So he was given 001 number. So 00 like 001 is Vecna exactly. When Vecna, like Henry, found himself in Dr. Brenner lab, and of course Dr. Brenner gave him number 1 on his arm. Every child in Dr. Brenner's lab, they have a name on the lower part of the arm, like 11, number 1, number 8, so on, different numbers. Actually, number 8 is also one of them. She's 11's lost sister. So she looks like a black, like a brown. So we can see this in chapter 2. Season 2, chapter 7. You can see that, the lost sister. And it has a whole episode almost. We have seen 2 murder in season 4. Actually, first at Eddie's home, like Kirsty, when she is coming to ask Dirk, while Eddie was looking Dirk for her, Kirsty started to having some strange feeling. In that time, we have seen first time Vecna, I think, to kill somebody. So he killed Kirsty, and it was all blamed by Eddie, because Eddie got scared that night, because Kersey started to go to up to touching to stick to roof and something like this, and Eddie run away that time. I mean, he just ran away from his house. Next day, police arrived at his home, and when they have seen Kersey is murdered, and they blamed to Eddie because it was in Eddie's home. I mean, she was murdered in Eddie's home. So actually, he was innocent. So then, gang party, like child, they helped Eddie to escape him, to save some specific place to hide from somebody like this. And next day, police arrived at a place where Eddie was hidden for just temporary time. And that night, it was placed, the temporary place was near to like sea. So of course, the last night he ran away from that sea through boat, and he hidden somewhere in like mountains and forest. And of course, gang, they have found them by device. So they met. Gang was two with them, like Dustin, Mike were with Eddie. Eddie again, he described that another murder happened last night when I was skipping from boot, and it was like same like Kersey. So gang party, they started to saying, okay, this could be something strange, same like monsters. And then they started to go to find like upside down. According to Dustin's campus, they found Vecna in the middle of the river or sea, something like, and there they went through boat, and Steve, Robin, and Eddie, Nancy, they were on the boat. So Steve jumped into water to find upside down. Yet when he found it, he started to come out of the water, and he informed to other like gang like Nancy, Robin, Eddie. The rest of them were on the boat. So at that time, suddenly he got pulled back to down in the water, and I mean, of course, it was Vecna. He like pulled inside, and he just appeared inside suddenly, upside down. And Steve's ex-girlfriend, we say that, Nancy tried to save him, tried to, I mean, jump again in the water to save him, because she was scared that where is Steve, suddenly disappeared. And I also, when she went inside, other like Eddie, Robin, they also jumped inside to save both of them. And the rest of gang get together to dive in there, and they found upside down, of course, with the help of lights. I don't know, we have often seen some lights connection with all part of the monster in Stranger Things. So might be lights is connecting something upside down, probably. So finally, a light helped to gang to find Vecna in the upside down, and Vecna attacked Max that time. Eddie started to play guitar that time to help to save Max, because we've heard when Vecna hear the song, so he got some kind of trouble. So however, we see another side, 11, she's using her superpower to go to fight with Vecna to save Max, exactly. But she got failed to kill Vecna. There is other side, like Jim and Mary. So Murray, something like this, Jim and Murray. So they are trying to kill another monster, exactly. That is related to the upside down Vecna, exactly. And when they burn that monster, Vecna started to feel burn same, because they are same, field or same species, something like this. So I can say that simultaneously, Steve and other gang tried to burn Vecna on the different side of the mix. So we feel like Vecna died because he got burned in the last chapter of season 4. And in conclusion, we see Jim and Joyce. They came out from Russia, and they met with the kids in wooden house and in the forest, we can say that. But after some kind of meeting, and they have seen something very strange in the sky, like something like a very gigantic shadows. And again, so we see that what will happen in season 5, final season of 5. So I would say thank you so much, and you can tell me, do you think Vecna will be again in season 5 or not? What are your thoughts? Please comment below about your thoughts about Vecna, and will he be back, or anybody will die this season 5? Whatever you have thoughts, share with us. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate that you've been watching, and take care of yourself. Love you guys.